We're here today to demonstrate Pioneer's implementation of Apple CarPlay, and we're actually doing it as a firmware update to 5 of our existing models, our NEX series that we introduced at CES 2014. It's ranging from the AVIC-X8000NEX to the AVIC-5000NEX, AVIC-6000NEX, AVIC-7000NEX, and the top model, the AVIC-8000NEX, which is the product that we have here in our vehicle. Apple CarPlay is really unique because it allows you to do, again, the 4 core functions of the iPhone while you drive. To start off, you simply take the Lightning to USB cable, which is attached to the Pioneer unit, and simply plug in that cable to your iPhone. You'll see that CarPlay will automatically launch on the phone, and at this point, we can simply take the phone, put it away, because now all of your buttons and controls are now on the radio. As you can see, if you're an iPhone user, all of the buttons are very familiar to you. You've got your phone or your calling function, your music, your maps, your messages, and they're all the same icons that you have in your iPhone interface. So you basically already know how to use them if you're an iPhone user. So now we'll take a look at each of the 4 individual features, and we'll start with phone. As you can see, I've actually got a voicemail. So just like you would on your iPhone interface, we've got a little red 1 indicating that I do have a voicemail. Now what's really great about Apple CarPlay is while we can do all of these functions through the touchscreen interface, we also have the power of Siri. Because of course, voice recognition is a really great way to use all of these functions while you're driving, allowing you to keep your eyes on the road and your hands on the wheel. So we'll start off with calling, and you'll see because I have a voicemail, as soon as I launch phone, I'm not actually going to interact with the screen at all. Siri is going to ask me what I'd like to do. So let's start.
Tell me if you'd like to make a call or check your voicemail.
Make a call.
With whom would you like to speak?
Vicki Miller.
Calling Vicki Miller.
So you can see Siri listened, asked who I wanted to call, and now she's completing the call. So I'm not going to bother Vicki, so I'm going to go ahead and end the call. But now as soon as we end, you can see we're back in that same familiar interface that you have on your iPhone. You've got all of your contacts, your favorites, your recents. Everything is very, very familiar to an iPhone user. To go back to the main screen again, we've got our simple home key, very familiar again. Quick press will take us back to the main menu. And again, talking about Siri, anytime we want to tell something to Siri, we can actually press and hold the home key, and that will launch Siri, just like we do on our iPhone. Next, we'll move over to the music function. And the music function is really great because it gives you access to a couple of different things right out of your iPhone. First off, of course, you've got your iTunes radio stations. So any of your radio stations that you've created or any of the featured stations from Apple will be accessible right through the touchscreen interface. Of course, you also have any playlists that you've made, any artists, the music that you've stored on your phone, and even your songs and the more. So again, albums, genres, compilations, composers, etc. Again, very familiar to iPhone users because it's exactly the same interface that you have on your iPhone. Again, Siri plays an important role here as well because we can simply launch Siri. Play Taylor Fiore.
Okay, Taylor Fiore coming up. Shuffled.
And Siri allows you to basically request to play iTunes radio stations, to play artists that you have stored on your phone, and it will give you the all of the information on anything, being the artist information, the song title, the album title, and put some nice, very large buttons that you can control the CarPlay music interface very quickly and easily. So the next feature we'll cover is Apple Maps. And Apple CarPlay has implemented Apple Maps in a really great way. You'll see as we move in, it's not just maps, but it's a really well-polished turn-by-turn navigation interface now. We've got everything that you would expect out of a very well-done map implementation. You can zoom into your location, you can scroll the map, you can see 3D and 2D. And it lists out common points of interest like gas stations and such, even traffic. What I really love about Apple CarPlay's implementation of Maps is the destination history. Because it looks at all of the information that's also on the phone, anything that we've searched for or even addresses that we've received in a text message or an email will come up and be listed. So it's a really, really powerful way to simply and easily access a lot of information without having to go in and cut and paste or type in addresses. It's all right there at your fingertips. Now again, just as we've talked about in calling and music, Siri plays a very important role here as well, and it's very, very powerful. we can simply call Siri up and ask her to take us to a variety of different places. We can do something as simple as, find us some coffee.
I found 12 coffee shops pretty close to you.
So you can see we can ask for different subjects like find coffee or find a restaurant or find a museum. But one of my favorite parts is actually going back into Siri and asking her for something specific like an airport. I want to go to LAX.
Getting directions to Los Angeles International Airport.
And you can see she'll display the location on the map. She'll even give you different routes, taking into account traffic information because Apple CarPlay is pulling in real-time traffic information. So you can choose your different route and simply click start, and now the guidance will start. So at this point we can start driving, and again Apple CarPlay will guide us to our destination using again this really powerful implementation of Apple Maps. And the last feature we'll cover is messages. And just as we've talked about with calling and even the ability to use Siri with music and maps, Siri is really the key component and integral to messages. As you can imagine, no one wants to be driving next to someone who's typing a message on the screen or on their phone or trying to read back any text that's received in a message. So with Apple CarPlay, you will never see any of the text and you'll never type any messages into the system. Siri does everything for you, allowing you to dictate messages that you want to send to other people and let you hear messages by reading them back to you right through the interface. So let's give you a demonstration.
To whom shall I send this?
Diana Colston.
Okay, what do you want to say to Diana Colston?
What time is dinner tonight?
Your message to Diana Colston says, what time is dinner tonight? Ready to send it?
Yeah, send it.
Okay, I'll send your message.
So you can see it's a really easy process. And again, as soon as we're done, we go out to a list of our messages. These are messages that we've either sent or have been received. And we can easily see these, hear them back, or press on one of these to send another message out. So messages really, again, harnesses the power of Siri. Now we've got our incoming message back from Diana. So we can quickly click on that.
You have a message from Diana Colston. 7 p.m. Don't be late. Would you like to reply?
No thanks.
That's it.
So as you can see, sending messages by voice using Siri is very simple. And even when messages come back in, you get a nice indicator, and then Siri will read those messages back to you, making this very seamless and again, very easy to use even while you're driving. You'll see we've got 3 other buttons that are listed here right now. Now playing, if I were to click on this, it would show any music that's currently playing through the Apple CarPlay interface. Our Pioneer Next key, and this will take you back to the Pioneer user interface or menu system. And again, you can see you can quickly and easily go back and forth between the CarPlay interface and the Pioneer interface. Right now we also have podcasts. What's unique about Apple CarPlay is the features will be set initially to just be the 4 primary functions, but there will be others that are added over time. Podcasts is Apple's podcast where you can listen to various podcasts and talk radio either streamed or downloaded into the phone. And there'll be other third-party music or other type of applications that are added later.